Buongiorno. Recently, I think I could refine and simplify my way to deal with narcissistic psychopathic abuse. I took 3 years, and first I went in real distance, to create real no contact, and I finally can, the thing is this: I always do things intuitively right. All right, I do them intuitively right. So if you wanna go. Okay, anyway, so I just did something intuitively wrong, but I always do things intuitively right? And sorry, not so straight today, y'all. Okay, so I can boil it down, and I realize what the patterns are, how to break the narcissistic psychopathic abuse. All right, so based on my understanding and what I've learned, what I do, I took 3 years and quit all instant gratification methods, including all substances, smoking, drinking, anything. I mean, I never used any substances except of drinking and smoking, but I quit all of that really sustainably. So I'm not experimenting anymore. I'm through, and I add to that to cultivate sexual energy. All right, meaning you can call these celibacy, you can call it what you want. It means disciplining oneself and cultivating this energy, because it simplifies your mind and your body, and there is no interferences in your energy. So I also did that to get out of this competitiveness, because narcissists and psychopaths compete about everything. So I become indifferent to their games. And what I also do is, based on the knowledge that the covert narcissist is competitive victim, means they engage in competitive victimhood, I say I engage in competitive villainhood. I have a moral core. I do not abandon my morals and principles for no reason. All right, and therefore I don't have to fear or hide anything. But the narcissist and the psychopath, they hide something. All right. So this is why they have to create narratives. This is why they are hypervigilant, paranoid. This is why they are deceptive and changing roles. Inside the shared fantasy, the covert narcissist is a proud villain. He is proud to be evil, dysfunctional. But outside, he's a competitive victim. So what I do is I go straight competitive villainhood. But it's also important to understand, we need to realize that we have been victimized and take this stance as well for some time, even though if nobody believes us, doesn't matter. It's part of healing. But we can then go to villain. All right, we can then say straight, all right, we're the villain here. Anyway, based on the knowledge that the covert narcissist is, of course, used as a tool by a psychopath to deflect dysfunction, because the high-functioning psychopath is too perfect and too emotionally detached to feel hate, envy, and all of this filth. The covert narcissist is recruited to express these feelings of the psychopath. But the psychopath is high functioning, emotionally detached and controlled. So they're indifferent about this, you know, they pretend to not be participating in it, right? However, to get detached from these games, we should stay straight in our position, not be influenced by it. And I normally usually don't fake it till I make it, but in terms of this reactivity, you know, the covert narcissist first reacted to us in anything of his life, okay? They completely orient the whole life based on us. So they're obsessed with us, with the target. And they force you to become reactive to them, and the more you become reactive to them, the less they will be reactive to you. By this way, they shift a dynamic of being dependent. In other words, they come as impotent, infantile, helpless children to you, and then they want to make you reactive to them by entraining you through reacting to everything that you do. But when you play this game, they start not reacting to you anymore until they completely stonewall you and ignore you. This is meant to shift the dynamic, because the covert narcissist is a broken child that wants to grow up. And this, what you need to do is, it means as long as you wait for karma to happen, means you're focused and still reactive to the covert narcissist. And as long as you are in this state, they are stabilized by this. They are stabilized by your attention, and you're waiting for them to crash. But when you individuate and you truly become non-reactive to them, which will take years, make no mistake about it, your nervous system has to heal. And again, my method to do this is going radical functioning without instant gratifications. Instant gratifications are there to bring you in the competitive mindset of the covert narcissist, because they are hedonistic, consuming people. They want to consume and live hedonistic, okay? So they miss the mark. And when you detach from this lifestyle by disciplining yourself the way I described, you're not competing with them anymore, because they got you in this reactive pattern to compete in dysfunction and addictions. Yeah, so it helps to get out of this and get indifferent to their presence, but it will take years. Your nervous system needs to heal from this form of abuse. The psychopath used the covert narcissist because they complement each other in negative behaviors. If the shared fantasy and primitive defense splitting mechanisms of the covert narcissist embedded in the coercive control system and the narrative control and the shielding of the psychopath, is a very powerful weapon to break good people down, right? So to fight this proxy war, you know, the covert narcissist is a dummy of the psychopath. To fight this proxy war, radical functioning without dependencies and instant gratification methods is key for me. We become indifferent. We take maximum control over our life. We don't compete. We don't need external validation. We don't need external substances. And we don't play the game anymore in competing with them. So as long as you wait for the karma for the covert narcissist to happen, it won't happen. It stabilizes them. They feel like, oh look, they're looking at me. Look, I have to play on. I have to play my game, my grandiose game on. But when you become indifferent to that, it means you as a mother, you abandon the broken child. The broken child that never becomes full. They think now they finally become full human beings, able to function, to do everything, to receive the same blessings as you. That's not true. They will stay and circle and spiral into further dysfunction. But you know, this is a cycle that will go on forever. And if you become indifferent to that, what they do, and you individuate yourself, means you as a mother have abandoned them. All right? And this makes the child crash out again. You understand me? So don't wait for their karma to come. They are living their karma every day. They are bound by karma forever. All right? It's a karmic situation. It's a karmic a binding. So don't play with them. Don't compete with them. And if necessary, fake it till you make it. And if you need to react, then as a villain, competitive villainhood. If you have a moral core that you not abandon, you did not do evil, wrong things, you don't mistreat children, you don't influence children, you don't infiltrate families, you have nothing to hide. You don't need the narrative control of the psychopath. You don't need the delusion of fantasy where dysfunctional behavior is rewarded and functioning behavior is punished. You don't need that. So you can be the villain with no problem. You lost and left behind all people of your past because you know they are flying monkeys whether they want it or not. So what do you have to lose? You can be the villain. You know, just do it. Yeah, so that's my method. I will post it in the description below of the video in a boiled down, simplified version. Let me know if you enjoy that content to break the cycles of competitive victimhood, narrative control, coercive control, psychopath, high-functioning psychopath that hides behind indifference, using a covert narcissist to do the dirty work, to go through the negative emotions as a dummy. You need to see it for what it is. You need to see it for what it is, then you can act accordingly. All right. See you in the next video.